Welcome to the Breakdown by Zkhiphani. And as always, we always deliver with nice talent or lovely talent. I don't know if that makes sense, but seated across of me, nonetheless, is a superstar. I'll call you a superstar mega. Can I call you a superstar mega? He's the man behind so many hits, especially even during lockdown. He was keeping you guys, or practically bringing the party home to you guys. Seated across of me is the one and only Osomnyama Blxckie. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, bro. How you doing?
I can't complain, man. I can't complain. Congratulations, first of all, on the Timplex. How are you feeling about it, bro?
It's good stuff, bro. As an artist, you always have to, like, sort of hope that, the music goes that far, the streams get that many. So I'm just glad that we at the point where I can celebrate all of that, for sure.
Damn, that's crazy. I mean, I was there and I'm like, damn, this guy bagged the platinum. You did something that, I'm not throwing shade, but artists who've been in this industry like for quite some time couldn't do. Like, you did it in 2 years, bro. Do you understand the magnitude of that, bro? Like,
For sure.
it's flipping crazy, bro. You know what I mean? But we're gonna tap into the deal that, the drop that's coming soon as well. But before we even move over to that, bro, initially, what led you to going into music? Like, what pushed you? When did you ignite, or when did the fire ignite for music? And when did you also discover your talent? Because I realized you can actually sing, bro. Like, for real, for most dudes rely on auto-tune, bro. You don't even need to rely on auto-tune. Like, you know how to flipping sing. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So when did you discover that talent, and how did you kind of like, how's your fire ignited for music, bro?
I mean, I started making music at a very young age. Like, I had a neighbor that had Fruity Loops. I think I was in grade 1, so that means I was like 6 or something, 8 or whatever, I don't know.
Damn.
So that's when I started dabbling with Fruity Loops, and then, I kind of stopped for a while to focus on academics.
I see.
So, yeah, that was primary school. Then I got a scholarship to like a private high school. And there I was doing, academic stuff as usual, but then they had like a film academy and like a poetry club also. So
I see.
I was interested in those things. So, I was in a poetry club for a bit, and then while reciting it, you sort of feel like, maybe I can try, rapping or
I see.
any sort of music thing. And then, after high school, that's when I got the laptop and I got my own setup, little mic, and then I used to just, record whenever I could. But at the same time, I was still trying to juggle it. And it wasn't really working until, the first lockdown came about. And then I came to Joburg to visit Sally.
808.
Yeah, 808 Sally, yeah. And then that's
Fire. I mean, he's done so many productions back in the day, from the times of Letabo Acid. What private high school is this that you went to?
I went to Clifton High School in Durban.
Yes, Clifton, bro. Oh my gosh, damn, bro.
Yeah.
You were amongst. It was like practically predicted if you think about it, bro. It's like, do you understand? Like, Clifton is kind of like high class, my nigga. Look.
It is, bro. It is, yeah.
So with the equipment, bro, I mean, it's not easy. You said you had a neighbor, you were young. How did you kind of learn? Because I saw like under your, I'd say CV, rappers don't really have CVs, but under your CV, you're a producer.
Yeah.
Now, production and making music is like two separate things, because producing music is like another element to it, bro. How did you learn? At that time, I presume internet wasn't really that, because I mean, when we grow up, let's be quite frank, we were not too aware of the internet, you know what I mean?
Sure.
The only sites, toxic web, those days where like 100 megabytes could last you for like a whole month, so how did you navigate with learning how to create music from scratch?
I didn't really know how to, get with it until like after high school, when we started this whole thing called Client Internet Boys. So there's just like a few of us, and a few of them had been in the game already. So there's like 11 or 12 of us at the time, and we used to always link up at this house in Durban North. And then I just used to learn from them and see it from them. And then when I finally got, like, I stayed by myself when I moved campuses, because I went to UKZN. First I was at Howard, and then I went to PNB.
Okay.
And at PNB I was alone, and I had to set up for myself. So I had to kind of learn it like every day, since I'm so interested and so, fascinated by the whole thing. Every day I used to just be on it. And then, as time went by, I started feeling like, I'm not getting the type of sound that I want. So then I started producing stuff, and then I started mixing my own vocals. Yeah, every day till now, I still do the same thing.
What's your production alias?
I don't have a
Think I gotta go
alias.
Google it, eh?
I've never produced for anyone like in the game.
Or
Really.
what? Universal is watching. Just play. I'm just playing.
I haven't really like. I haven't really produced for anyone in the game. I just produce for myself.
Fire.
I just mix my own vocals.
What are you studying at UKZN? And when I say were, I presume you're done, right?
No, I almost got done. I had like a semester.
You're like, screw this.
Yeah.
Because the bag was like, hey, man.
Nah, there wasn't a bad day.
What?
It was just like I just wanted to focus more on music.
I see.
Because the lockdown like sort of stopped the academics thing. So I was like, hey, let me use this time to do music.
What are you
I was
studying?
doing a Bachelor of Social Science, majoring in psychology and anthropology.
Yes, so you can read minds.
No, that's not psychology. That's what everyone says.
It's mind reader stuff, bro,
No,
if you think about it.
Not really.
Dang, that is crazy. Now, would you go back to studying?
I mean, I don't know. Like, I didn't really drop out. Like I don't know. I didn't really like sign and be like, okay, now I'm out. Can you please like pause my studies or whatever? I just left, so I don't know if I go back, if I'm gonna be doing the whole thing again or whatever. But I don't know if there is time. But right now, there's
no time at all.
Time to be doing school.
Now, you touched on moving to Johannesburg, right? Coming to see Sally. You stayed with Sally for some time. For those that know, right? M4 Entertainment. Where did it kind of like budge in? Because I mean, from my understanding, it was like you were coming to see Sally. Sally was the guy who's cooking the hottest beats at that time. He still is, but you know, at that time it was like everyone was around 808 Sally. You know what I mean? You were coming through this side. You didn't really know much people, I presume, this side, right? When did M4 Entertainment kind of like budge in and say, yo, let's take you under our wing?
So when at Sally's place, it wasn't just me and Sally. It was me, Lucas, Yuang, Yang Saruno, and Sally. We all at Sally's place and we were just working every day and whatever. So I went back to Durban and then I decided then that like, okay, I'm gonna do this thing for real and I'm gonna come back. Okay. So I came back with Leo. We stayed at a few places, like a lot of places.
What's a few?
Like we first stayed in Rudaport, then we stayed in Centurion.
Damn.
And then different parts of Midrand, and then we finally got to Lucas brought us to his place in Midrand.
I see.
And he was like, yo, you guys can chill here for a bit, whatever you're trying to do. And that's what we're hearing from other people also. But like we weren't trying to go back to Durban, you know.
I see.
So yeah, at that place, that's where it became like a little bit tough for both of us to be in that space because it was like, it's cool, but then like it's more than one mouth to feed, you know. And we weren't really on our feet or whatever. We were just trying to get to it.
So what's funding the house?
What do you mean?
Like you say, I mean, look, let's be realistic. Music doesn't pay like that, right?
When in lockdown, I used to sell features.
Oh shoot!
And you didn't really go out.
I see.
Not really. You didn't go out at all, and
see.
you didn't really spend money on a lot of things. So I had a lot of money saved because it was first 21 days, and then it extended to more than that. It became like what, 2-3 months of just full on level whatever lockdown.
Yeah,
so that whole time I was just selling features and stuff like that, and I had enough money. And that's when I took, you know what I'm saying, I went back home, I told them, and then that's when I came back and I used that to sort of, carry me in Joburg and whatever, yeah. But then, it's sort of running out. And yeah, we had to ask people to help us and whatever. And then it became like, yo, one of us has to go back to Durban or else this thing is not gonna work.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, Leo was like, yo, you're the one that has more followers now and whatever, so I'll just go back to Durban. So he left and then I stayed. I was supposed to go to another house afterwards, but then Luke's manager came to me and was like, yo, tell me what you're trying to do, what's the plan or whatever, and I told him and we sort of worked out something, and that's where we are right now.
Damn, bro, how did you came with Leo on the side. Him leaving behind, didn't it somehow affect you?
Yeah, it did, but it just forced me to like work harder. He stays here now.
Fire.
Yeah, it's all good now. It's pretty.
Now, what's M4 Entertainment's role in your career, or the making of your career?
It's management. It's basically like just a management deal. get me to certain places in terms of distribution, getting me to certain places in terms of just deals in general.
So they handle deals and shit.
More than that, you know what I mean? There's like other things involved also, but yeah, it's a management deal.
Okay, now let's talk about your relationship with Lucas, right? At some point, I don't know, at some point people might have thought there was like some sort of turmoil. Is that the correct word to use? Turmoil? But there's like some sort of instability within the relationship. Let's talk more about that. How was the relationship at that time? And I mean, after initially when you moved into the M4 Entertainment house, from my understanding, he moved out as well, right? So how's the relationship at that time and how is it now?
I don't really know exactly why. I think it was just because he wanted like, you know, bigger. You wanted, like the point of M4 is not really, it's not a record label, you know what I mean? So the point of them is to help you grow into a brand that you'll be able to, you know, sell to a record label in order for you to get to that sort of spot or whatever. Yeah, so I guess with him, he had felt like he was at that point already. So then he did I think it was Block 13. And now it's at Def Jam, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's always dope to like, you know, progress and get to wherever you need to be. I wasn't there yet. So he left and then he did that. Yeah, and I guess people just felt like since we don't stay in the same house anymore, there might be beef or whatever, but it was just because we were at, you know, different levels and he decided to do what he's doing and then, yeah.
Do you sometimes feel like you're at a different level than him, per se?
What do you mean?
The state that you're in your career right now. Like, I'll make a perfect example. Like, you kind of like, I'd say you kind of both started at the same time.
We didn't start at the same time. When I was still in Durban working with that whole 11-man Internet Boys group, he had dropped, I think it was What It Is. And that one, like,
with
killed the charts
Ricky and Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, so it's different paces. Like, he's on a whole different path than to me, so yeah.
Now, what challenges have you experienced when building your career? I mean, outside of just like finding ways of where to live and stuff like that, like just establishing your brand as Blxckie, you know? Because I mean, it's hard already for artists. Like, it's easy for someone to say, I'm gonna be a rapper, I have equipment, whatever, right? But brand identity is something that not many people have solidified in the industry, and you have. You've done that.
Yeah.
What are the challenges you faced when trying to build and establish a solid brand for yourself?
I mean, I don't lie, like just in general, I don't feel like it's super challenging, like for me to get to where I am, because like the way that I saw the game and the way that I see it and the way that I maneuver through it is like, I don't know, I focus on my people, you know what I'm saying? I focus on me, you know what I mean? And I pretty much learned like just the ins and outs of the internet, different algorithms and stuff like that. I was speaking about it with Sally actually recently, that like, I think there's like a few artists that really understand what's going on the internet, because like people, there's like a lot of negativity on the internet and stuff like that, and people like sort of want to reply to it and whatever, but then, you know, if you've been there long enough, you realize that like you shouldn't be taking it personal if that person is not, if you don't know that person like personally, you know what I mean? That's how I see it. So it hasn't been really challenges like building the identity. I think it's just if I didn't have the team that I have, it would take much longer for me to get to certain spaces where I can, you know, sort of express myself and show people who I really am.
I see.
A lot of artists don't get that opportunity, so it might have taken longer, but in terms of it being challenging, like nah, it's not that hectic. I just sort of stay true to myself and do what I want to do. Yeah.
You're wise as hell, but do you read books?
I used to read a lot, and then I kind of stopped. Yeah.
What made you stop?
Just the music, bro. I just wanted to focus more on it.
I get what you mean.
Yeah, like reading takes up a lot. It used to take up a lot of my time. Now it's just if I get time, I'm in the studio.
I see what you mean. Now you spoke about having a team. How did you navigate with finding the right people to be part of your team?
I don't think it was up to me, since as I told you, like M4 is like a management thing, so there's, you know, different parts of management. You know, there's gigs and then there's this PR and whatever. So as a company, they have their people. I guess they're really good people. You know what I'm saying? I trust them. trusted them. I trust them with like my career and everything like that. So, you know, and I pretty much see them all the time. It's not like, you know, I only talk to them over the phone or whatever. A very dope team. Appreciate them.
Now, B for Now. That's the album that's just like changed your life completely. What is the creation process for that baby like, bro? Because I mean, dude, that sound is just out of this world, bro. Even when you gave us a teaser to David on the, what do they call it, man? Soft Stool. What is it called? That series,
Yeah.
Wooden Stool series. You gave us an exclusive to David. I literally went, I'm like, okay, what the heck is the name of the song?
Yeah.
You know, but what is the creation process like for that album, bro?
So a lot of the songs on Before Now were recorded during
COVID.
the 10 days of lockdown. So the last song, Tour and Uppity, were recorded there at Sally's place.
I see.
And then the rest of it was just stuff like as soon as I moved into the house, the M4 house, you know, so they had the studio set up and everything. Like every day I used to be in the studio. So a lot of it is just as soon as, like, I think within 2 weeks of me being there, like a lot of it was recorded then. And then like things sort of picked up, you know, like we had Big Time Slapper, but it wasn't really doing anything. It was just big on SoundCloud. Then we did the video with M4, and then that's when everything sort of took off. I did a few features here and there, and then I did the Year song with Nasty, and then that's when everything sort of, you know, forced me to be like, okay, I have to tell people the full story now about like where I come from and, you know, what type of music I'm trying to make, or where I'm trying to take this whole thing for myself. Yeah, and then that's how it came about. I wanted to tell the story of, you know, before Big Time Slapper, and then, you know, afterwards, and then that's how Before Now came about. The Deluxe also went crazy. Yeah.
No, Deluxe was bizarre because I mean you released the music video to Mama It's Bad, right? But the other version, not the original version.
Yeah.
That was like flip, man.
Yeah.
That was on some other. Now after the release, you're like, fuck, I need to actually go on tour. How was the planning process for that, bro? I mean, it's not easy because I'm sure essentially you had to find funding for it as well, you know?
Yeah.
So how's the planning process for it?
I mean, yeah, bro, like the tour was mad. Shout out to everybody that pulled up to every, you know, venue. Yeah, shout out to the team, shout out to Nandi. Like, there was a lot of people involved, you know what I'm saying, with the tour, but we just wanted to do like super focused on just like one thing, you know what I mean? So any city that we want to do, we want to focus on that one place,
I see.
everyone involved in that place, and try to work with them in order to come to sort of agreement. They could see, this is how much you're doing it for, this is how much you're trying to give, and then, you know, do the event. But I wasn't really like super involved in the back end of it.
Makes
you know
sense.
what I mean? I was more just excited to be like, yo, this is a tour. It's crazy. I'm gonna be making crazy money. You know what I mean? It's just mad for me. You know what I mean? But, you know, as I said, I have a super great team that, you know, allows me to sort of be free with my creative, you know, sort of thing. I have a lot of control when it comes to that. That's how the tour came about. Yeah, I got to see a lot of places. I got to see a lot of different people. Yeah, and it's always dope to perform for people that know what they're coming there for.
True.
You know, they were there for the Before Now tour, want to hear songs from the album, and, you know, I got to see that, and it was crazy.
I mean, would you, if you got the opportunity to do it on a different scale, would you do it on a different scale?
Yeah, for sure. There were a lot of mistakes, a lot of mishaps that happened, you know what I'm saying, during the tour. You know, because it was my first tour, of course. Also, you know, independently, since it's just management that's helping me with it.
True.
It wasn't, yeah, it was super dope, but like there's always room for improvement, you know what I'm saying, in any aspect as an artist, you know what I mean? So if I could take it bigger, I definitely would. I will, actually. There's plans to do that.
There's a plan to bring back the tour.
Not the Before Now tour.
On a different scale, obviously.
You bring back
but to go on tour again.
Crazy tour, yeah.
That is fine, bro. Now, moving over to like creative freedom, right? You have been teasing us all around with Kupuga, right? And it's finally coming out this Friday. Probably the interview is going to be out next week. But how how would you describe that song? Like, what form of significance does it weigh in your life? Because I feel like when I listen to you perform it, I feel like there's some sort of meaning behind it somehow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what form of significance does it weigh in your life?
I mean, I always want to make songs that sort of speak to where I am in, that moment. That's why I decided to drop Blxckie straight after the deluxe of the album, because it was like, I felt like, okay, I'm done with this chapter of my life where I'm telling people what happened before and whatever. Like, I'm just trying to move past it and get to a place where, like, okay, this is where I am now, this is what I'm doing. So that's what Blxckie was about, like, just sort of accepting, thanking also, everyone that helped me and whatever. So now we come to Ikupuga, which is after the Umoya. I mean, not Umoya, the For Love, the For Love EP. You know what I'm saying? So it's
with
after
Cold
that.
and Umoya.
Yeah, so it's also like a sort of ode to wherever I am right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to take it to a different level. That's what Ikupuga is about, all the way up.
But you
that's
keep,
basically it.
one thing I like about your career as well, you are one artist who's like, you can go quiet for a bit, but when you come out, well, you're locked down, you don't really keep quiet, bro. You literally just like, every week, yo, Blxckie just dropped a music video. It's like, I'm still trying to catch up with what dropped last week, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But since then, your career's just been going all the way up, right? To an extent where now you are the first, you mentioned it, you said you're the first, right? To have your own merch, not own merch, because I mean, but just briefly explain the whole thing with Redbat, bro. I don't want to misquote,
Alright, cool.
okay?
So-
I want to be
so-
sued by Redbat.
So the first, I'm the first to have his own. I'm the first South African artist to have his own music tee. So it's like those tees from Redbat with the Pac and the Biggie and the whatnot. So they haven't really done it for any South African artists. You know what I mean? So I'm the first one to do that specifically. But then, what I'm saying, having a collab with Redbat is always, in hip hop, like it's crazy to do that. Like, I watched, Nasty do it, Nadia, all of them. It's like, yo, if you do this, it means like you're certified. You know what I mean? So I didn't hesitate to jump on it. That's where we are now.
Because when you said music tea, I was like, okay, what's the tea? Does it play music?
No, it's just a certain type of tea. Yeah.
I see. What was the process like now? Who approached who in that instance?
I wish I could tell you, bro.
What is it? NDA? NDA?
No, not even that. It's just like,
What?
I just know that Unadi, my manager, comes to me with it like, yo, there's this sort of deal on the table.
Okay.
Do you want to do it? Do you want to change anything from it? Whatever. So that's how it comes to me.
Oh, you're not involved in
Yeah,
the
I don't
decision
know
process.
who hit up who and whatever. I just know like, okay, cool, this is what it is.
Oh,
Do I want to do it or not? Yeah.
Now, as an artist, don't you? I mean, look, we've kind of experienced a lot of artists for the past couple of months coming out and say, yo, these are the things that have been happening. Don't you feel like in the long run, it's always key for you to be involved in the decision-making processes?
Yeah, I guess it is. I just feel like I like Slaker at this when we were celebrating before now, at the show that you were saying you had, he was like, yo, I don't really see you as like a mainstream artist yet. You know what I mean? You're like in between, you know what I'm saying? There's
Mainstream
still
and
like
underground.
something that you need to do in order for you to get to touch like fully the masses. And I always wanted to deny that, but then I'm like, yeah, actually, there's still a lot of work that has to go into me before I get into, being like the super, business person and, getting in the back end of things and trying to figure out, how I can build it for myself and trying to speak to people on that side of the thing. I mean, I have really started. There are things, in the works, but I'm like, this is me, this is what I do, but
Okay.
yeah, I mean, right now I'm just focused on just trying to give people good music.
I see. So, do you have any business establishments outside of what you're doing right now?
Yeah, for sure.
What business establishments, if you don't mind sharing?
I don't gotta worry about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my thing, bro.
Oh, you're moving
I'm
bricks,
doing
eh? Bringing bricks by.
Not even,
It's like by the Durban Harbor, like,
Nah,
to bring the stock. I'm just playing, man. I'm just playing now. vision going forward, bro? Like, you know, as you said, there's so much work that needs to be done. What's the vision for your brand?
Yeah, but I'm just trying to take things. I'm trying to make things like bigger. You know what I mean? Because in the year that I've been here, there's a lot of things that I've done that took other artists like a very long time. So I feel like I'm sort of opening, you know what I'm saying, the doors for whoever comes down to be like, yo, this thing is not even that hard. You just gotta work this much before you actually get into it, and then you finish, boom, boom, boom. So yeah, bro, I feel like right now I'm at a point where it's like you've done all this stuff. It's time to do new, bigger things that people haven't really done before.
I see.
So that's where I'm at, bro. I'm just trying to do things bigger, trying to make the music sound better, make the live show sound better. Yeah, just make the brand better. That's basically it.
Now, what advice would you give to the next kid who's aspiring to be like you right now?
I
You
feel
there,
like
Tupac. You know, like how we had Tupac. You're the Tupac. They have you there on the wall. That's my nigga.
I feel like, dog, it's just, there's a lot of consistency that goes into it. There's a lot of humility, you know what I'm saying? You have to be very humble and sort of like bring yourself down to a point where it's just you and yourself
Okay.
sort of working, you know, as hard as you can before anyone notices you. And even when they do, it doesn't mean that anything stops. You just carry on being consistent. You know, I don't really like giving advice because, like, I feel like everyone's an individual and has their own path or whatever, but, like, the way I did it is how I'm explaining it now. It's like, just buckle down, you know what I'm saying? Just make sure that you enjoy what you're doing, because I don't make music for, you know, anyone that's beside me. I make it for me to enjoy it, because I know that's what my fans enjoy. So, you know what I'm saying? Just being consistent and making sure that you enjoy what you're doing, I'm sure something will come out of it.
I could swear, this guy read a book on his way here. Nah, he was reading a book.
Nah.
I think I was, after this, I'm like, oh, I'm like, okay, he said this. There's a come from a book, I'm just playing.
Not even, yeah.
But you're smart as hell, bro. Like, I wouldn't even lie to you, bro. Like, the way you've been moving as well, it's like, you're practically extracting the same, can I say, structure as nasty. You know, you're just moving on the low, but whatever move that you make, you understand that it impacts everyone around you. And you just have that core understanding of, okay, cool, whatever I do next has to benefit those around me, but the kids behind me as well. Because if you think about it, as you said, you're paving the way, opening doors that OGs couldn't open. Like, I'm not throwing shade or anything like that, but it's the truth, bro. It's the truth, dude. As I said, you got 10 plaques in 2 years, bro. No awards with like, yo, let's nominate this guy, or whatever, you know what I mean? Okay, even that, what's your intake on awards? Do you think awards play a role in the artist being the artist, or it's just like you don't need awards these days?
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I'm always on the internet, you know what I'm saying? I've always been on the internet. That's where I get like my favorite achievements. Like, my biggest achievements are just like, you know what I'm saying, followers and streams and stuff like that. I don't really have like an opinion on awards or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's cool to get them, but, you know, Pepper always said like, yo, this thing doesn't really like matter, you know what I'm saying? As long as you're happy and you're making your money or whatever, they don't give you money, they're just celebrating you, you know what I mean?
Money.
I don't know.
No, what awards meant to come out like a young chick?
I don't know, I hope so. Maybe in the future once I get, you know what I'm saying, bigger awards or whatever. But like, yeah, bro, it's like, you should try to focus on other things other than people celebrating you, because it's not really about that. It's about you, you know what I'm saying, trying to figure out your life and like be stable and be happy. If people don't celebrate you, then you gotta, you know, celebrate yourself, bro. It doesn't really matter. You can go make your own award, bro. You know what I'm saying? Make your own event. Be like, yo, dog, you know, I just did.
Watching last night, bro. Shit, bro.
Nah, bro, that's just how I see things, bro. That's how I see the game.
Yeah, the perspective is a hit, bro. Like, it's even with the whole, I was having a discussion with one of my friends who are managers, right? And I was like, dude, people don't really understand how much of a role a manager will play in your life, right? Because like now they're taking the role of a mother or father, right? And they're not parenting you, they're parenting your career, your future. And it's like when you have bad management, it initially reflects, you know what I mean? And like, as I said, you've extracted the whole nasty C move or structure per se, because you were never late for gigs, or I've never heard.
Yeah.
But it's like everything is just structured with how you move. Whenever you like, yo, I'm doing this, people move with you. So I like the whole internet way move. Keep it up, bro.
For sure. Appreciate
Stay
it.
inspiring people, and man, I just wish you all the best, bro. It's really inspiring to see someone who is young and already at that magnitude, bro. You know what I mean? You practically putting Africa on the map. Like, I'm telling you, bro, it's impossible in the next year or two, bro, for you not to be going to Europe to go tour. Already you going with what's it?
With Earthgang, yeah.
Listen to that. Who's done that? Who's done? These niggas who are in labels right now, bro.
Yeah, I get you.
Independent.
I get you.
Your work is just speaking volumes, bro. Do you understand how major that is, bro? Like, it's not every day where someone says, I like this person, let's call them on tour, bro. It's like they normally would rather go with the big cats because they know that they have that fan base, that side.
Yeah, for sure.
But how do you feel, bro, going to the UK, or is it the UK or the US?
Yeah, I mean it's Europe. Yeah, different parts of Europe. UK is one of them. Just yeah, bro. As I said, like I have a crazy team. You know what I mean? I got to meet the guys. I got to meet people that you know what I'm saying I never thought I'd meet. I'm getting DMs from people I never thought I'd get DMs from. That just because of the work they put in. You know, I do the music. You know what I'm saying? I do the music, I go to the shows and perform for the people that pull up, but like the whole, like the reach and the spaces that I'm able to get into, like I wouldn't be able to do that, you know what I'm saying, one man, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how that thing came about. They came here, I think they were doing a little tour, I'm not sure. Was it a show? I'm not sure what they were doing, but they were here. But the first time they were here, I didn't get to meet them because they were in Joburg and I was in Cape Town. So I didn't get to meet them, and then
when was this?
I'm not even sure, but I know it was this year. I'm just not sure when. And then the one guy came back himself, Olu. He came back alone with Baz, and then yeah, so Baz sent a song. We did that. Yeah, and then after Olu left, Nani was like, yo. They were like, they wanna do something with you. We're just trying to figure it out right now, but you know what I'm saying, would you be willing? You know, that's how it is really. You just have to, I get to, you know what I'm saying, decide if, like, I'm like, yo, for sure, whatever they doing. Yeah, that's still cool.
Is the song gonna come out?
I don't know.
Or is it like just like in the vault?
I don't know. It depends, bro. It depends. It's a bit dope one though. But yeah, that's how the news came to me, and then a few weeks after that, they were like, "Yo, we're about to come with the poster and everything." Yeah.
Damn, you're gone, man. You'll be surprised next thing, Grammys and shit, bro.
Yeah, that's where we're going,
Gone,
bro.
man. But thank you so much for making time to join through, bro. Like, I know you probably have a crazy schedule during the week. Who's honest, dude? I mean, Call of Duty, like to sleep.
No, I mean, I don't even play PlayStation, bro.
Nah.
Just studio all the time.
But thank you so much for joining me, guys. Thank you guys once again. This was a lovely episode. I hope you got to learn something, or you know, it's all up to you on how you consume the content. But thank you guys so much. Till next time. Peace. That's a wrap. Thank you so much.
Dope.
Damn, bro.
Easy.
It's crazy.
No problem.